we see that blasting the coal. What is that? Blasting the coal. Understand? In the last class we have seen that inside the mine. Now we'll see the blasting the coal. Okay, so they were these teachers and some workers along with the safety officers. They approached the coal area where the coal is there. Every day the supervisors, they will go on inspecting the coal seam, how is the coal, and they give instructions for the workers how to operate mining that day. Understand? That means in the tunnel where they have to start mining activity, that is extracting the coal, and how far they have to go for mining. All these activities will be given to the work given to the workers by the safety officer. Understand? Different groups are assigned different works in the tunnel. Understand? See, some are given the work of loading the coal which is drilled out there, and some group of people are assigned the work to drill the coal, and another group of workers are given the work to arrange what you call pneumatic air compressors, that which will support in planting the explosive rods. To they make some blasts in the tunnel. Understand? So for all these activities we find different groups. Understand? One group is for inserting the, which one, these what to call explosive rods. Understand? Which helps in blasting the water coal in the coal sheen, in the coal layer. And another group is to drill out that one, the coal. One more group is assigned the work of lifting the coal and loading into the wagons. Okay, and wagons will run with the elect with the power on the railway lines arranged in the tunnel. Okay, after coming to the what to call at the entrance of the tunnel, then from there it will be lifted to the ground level. Understand? So like this, different works are assigned for different people, that is different group of people. Understand? And there in the holes created by one group in the tunnel, where the holes are created by a group, in that holes they arrange explosive rods. Understand? They will set off explosive rods by an electric device. Understand? Thereafter a strong rock like coal will get breaks. After that they will go on what to call transporting the coal. Understand? So here by arranging the detonated, okay, detonates, what to call in the next figure I'll show you that one. So stronger rocks like coal is, that means how the rock is strong, in the same manner coal also strong. The coals what you call seam in the coal layer, they are in the tunnel where they are surrounded by coal. Okay, that we can call coal rock. That means as rock is strong, coal also strong. So in that coal layer they arranges the what to call explosive rods, and they blast it. Understand? So the process of arranging the explosive rods in the coal sheen and breaking it is called blasting. Understand? So here it is there. Understand? what is blasting instant. It is blasting here again. This process is called blasting instant. What process is called blasting? The strong rock like coal is broken with explosive rods. The strong rock like coal is broken with the explosive rods is called blasting instant. That is the definition of the blasting instant. And it is a hazardous process, dangerous process, that is blasting. Sometimes this blast can bring down the entire mine. That means total tunnel may collapse with the blasting instant. So what happens, when tunnel collapses? All the workers who are in the tunnel will die instant. So it is a hazardous, that means a dangerous process, that is blasting. They should aware of how much intensity should be created with the blasting. Okay, that means it should not blast the entire tunnel. So how much capacity, instead how much power of explosion is needed, that they should know. So then only they can get the water call. Otherwise it leads to death of all the people, all the workers, that is all the miners who are in the mine instead. So it is called a dangerous process instead. So it has to be therefore done with great care and calculation. They will calculate instead how much energy, that means how much power is needed, how much quantity of explosive material should be inserted into the what to call the holes created in the coal sheen. Understand? That is the work of one group. Understand? And another group of miners, they arranges that what to call wooden, arranging the wooden and iron supports to support the roof. See, when some one group is blasting the coal sheen, another group will go on what to call arranging the wooden or what to call iron rods to the roof. Understand? Because due to the blast, there may be chance of a roof also collapsing. So though they are perfect in blasting, there is essential to take the precaution so that there one other group will go on covering the roof with iron supporters or wooden supporters, so that the roof what to call uh, the roof could not the roof does not fall, the roof does not fall on the heads of the miners. That is a second group. Understand? And one group will be ready with a flexible movable motor. There will be a motor for drilling the water coal. Understand? So one group will go on water uh, moving with a motor, that is called a drilling machine. Okay, and this drilling machine is used to cut the coal after the blast. Understand? So in that way every group is, that means each group is assigned some specific work. Understand? So let me show you that figure 6.8. Understand? Where we see that how they are arranging explosive material in the holes created at a tunnel. Understand? Look at here, my dear students. Understand? This is the figure. All of you look at that. Have you observed here? This is a place. Understand? It is a hole created there, and in that hole they are arranging this explosive material. Understand? What it is? A explosive what to call material. Understand? That what we call a detonator. This is called what? A detonator. Understand? The explosive material they are arranging. Understand? here in this figure, understand. One group is assigned that work, understand. And see, this explosive material is arranged, what is called connected with a wire, electric wire. See, this electric wire, understand, this is electric wire. This electric wire is connected to the what you call detonator, understand. In that way they arranges what you call explosive material, understand. Look at this figure. It is detonator, my dear students. See, this is a what, detonator, understand. What we call it is detonator, understand. This is a what, detonator, understand, that they use what to call it, to blast the what to call the explosive material which is inserted in the hole. Okay, another side, you will see that there is a battery also, understand. What is there? Battery. Here you see, look at that, this is the battery, understand. With this battery, two wires are there, these two wires are those two wires where they are connected to the what to call explosive material. I'll show again to you. Okay, this is a explosive material. See here, have you got it? This is a wire, two wires. These two wires are connected to the battery, understand. They are connected to the battery here, understand. I'll show you again. Here it is. This is the battery, understand. So this is what, one blasting team, we can say it is a blasting group, understand. So the blasting group will go on blasting the water tunnel. They are expert. They arranges the explosive material required for just creating a blast to extract the coal. If they fail in the calculation of arranging the explosive material, then it may lead to fall down of the entire tunnel, understand. So that this process is what, very important. So at this blasting time, they will do this work with a great care and calculation, understand, right? And here, what you call, this is the work done by that team, executive team, understand. So when entire preparation for blasting is completed, everyone will move out of that place. They will go to the safety place and stand. Okay, first they'll arrange the water explosive material, then they will go for water blasting. So if it is ready for blasting, then what they do, they says for all the members in the tunnel to move to the water safe places instead. So after arranging this explosive material, then they go for water safety place. Then after one whistle, one bell, that means one whistle they'll blow, understand, that saying that everything is ready for blasting, understand. That is called warning whistle. One warning whistle they blow, so that the detonator has to set off. Then suddenly they see that whole mine is resounded with the sound of a bomb explosion, understand. This is a water process, understand. So after the whistle, a warning whistle, there they go on water blasting the water, that coal sheen, so that what happens there, the entire mine, that is entire tunnel, will be resounded with what to call explosion which they created there, understand. Look at this figure. Here it is what to call explosive material, understand. Bottom right it is, this is about explosive material. See in the buckets, what is there in the buckets? See, all these are explosive materials, and these explosive materials they insert into the hole, understand. So in this way they go on water creating the explosion, understand. And another thing here, the walls and the ground, what to call, get shaking like an earthquake. When bomb explosion takes place, the entire spot will get shaking, vibrations will come like an earthquake, understand. And there the smoke also releases, dust also releases, understand, everywhere in that tunnel. Sometimes the whistle sounded again because what to call they have to we have what to call we moved once more towards the face. That means again they'll give the water whistle. Understand? After settling the dust down, they gives water one more whistle. Understand? So 2 and 3 minus they enter into the dust cloud. Understand? With what you call coughing. As the miners are there, they have to go for drilling now. So as the dust and the smoke releases there, then 2 miners they enter into the water cloud coughing. Cloud coughing in the sense it is covered with the smoke that is called dust cloud. In that, as they move in that dust cloud of coal, then they inhales that dust only, so that they gets what cough. Understand? And they walked over the fallen what to call coal. Understand? Using their rods and inspects that the place from where the coal has fallen. Understand? At one spot the roof was weak, so it was supported with wooden beams and post. So wherever the coal, another team will be there. The team goes inside that, they'll check that where the after falling the coal with the blasting, they'll check out, okay, whether the tunnel where they did blasting, they'll check out that whether the surroundings are proper or not. If anywhere they found that the roof is weak, then they arranges wooden beams and iron rods to the roof, so that the roof could not fall. This is the work of another team. Then next is what transporting the coal. Understand? In this 21 incline, the teachers giving information to us what they experienced. Understand? So the coal is transported from the blasting area to the entrance of the tunnel using a conveyor belt. Understand? And earlier, before to the conveyor belt arranging the railway tracks, earlier miners only carried the coal physically on their backs. Understand? What to call using some baskets on their head. Understand? But today it is the machines they are using, and what to call technology has developed very much. So today the miners are using the water wagons which runs on the conveyor belt. That means on the conveyor belt there will be a belt. Understand? The miners they will take out the coal and loads on the conveyor belt. Then the coal pieces moves on the what to call conveyor belt. On the conveyor belt it moves up to the entrance of the tunnel, where it is loaded into the wagon. Okay, and that wagon will be lifted to the ground level. Understand? This is the water process of transporting the what to call coal. Understand? And here what to call this coal is dumped into the dumper machines, load the coal onto the conveyor belt which carry the coal to the ground level. Then coal is graded and loaded onto trucks and railway wagons. The Singareni Collieries Company Limited supplying the coal to thermal power plants. What is by thermal power plant? It is a plant where power is generated using coal. By burning the coal, power is generated. That is called thermal power. So coal is supplied to the thermal plants of the government. In our Ramagundam area, we have NTPC. Understand? That is what you call northern thermal what you call the thermal power limitations, NTPC. Then the remaining coal is what you call sold to other companies. Understand? This is what transporting and selling the water coal to other companies. Then what are the welfare measures they take for the miners, that for the workers of the Singareni collieries? Singareni collieries also provide quarters, where the mines are there, there will be quarters. and that is a free of cost. Instead the quarters will be drinking water is free, uh, and power supply also will be free. Understand, they use electricity, or it may be free or nominal charges, very less charges they will collect. Understand, they also established schools and hospitals for their children. Singareni schools are there for all the Singareni workers. They provide education to their company workers children. Understand, and hospitals, if something happened to them, then those workers and their entire family members will utilize the hospitals running with Singareni tied up. Understand, so this is the what welfare what to call things they will take. Understand, then safety and health checkups also will be there for all the workers. Understand, look at here, they will be what to call health checkups. Director General of Mines Safety, uh, Mines Safety monitors the water safety aspects regularly, and periodically go for what medical examinations. The workers underground are not only exposed to the accidents, but just now I said, after the blast, they have they have to they have to face that, they have to face what to call the smoke, dust. Understand, so what goes into their lungs while inhaling the air, they get inside coal, so coal dust enters into their lungs. Understand, so their lungs turns to what, black. Okay, here it is given that, see, what to call black lungs, lung diseases they face, that what you call a form of tuberculosis. What is that? This is a disease. Understand, that they will get. Understand, so that they will be periodically go for what, medical examination. Understand, medical examination. Understand, then there are detailed guidelines for medical checkup also of the miners and their treatment. Every employee, that means workers, the workers who are below 45 years of age, they have to go for routine health checkup for every 5 years. Okay, for every 5 years there will be routine checkup, health checkup for those who are below 45 years, and those who are above 45 years, they will go for a routine health checkup for every 3 years instead. So minors with tuberculosis, that is a black lung diseases, are transferred to the other department. That means those who are suffering with lung diseases, they will not be allowed further into the tunnels. Understand, they will be shifted to another department. What in another department? That means their work, they will be assigned work on the ground level. That means they are not allowed to the tunnel as they are suffering with the lung diseases. So in that way, they will take the water welfare measures for the what you call those things. Understand? In the next class, we'll look at new trends in the mining industry and miners. Understand?